Hello, my lovelies. Tonight we're doing something a little bit different. Well, not a little bit different, but I didn't really cook. But I wanted to show you guys this because it's one of my favorites. So I buy, sorry it's drippy, these kind of noodles online. I should go to the Asian market and get them. It's probably a lot less, but they're really broad noodles and I love them. And you don't microwave the noodles. You just heat the water and then put the noodles in it. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of noodles. I don't use a whole lot of the water because I don't like them soupy. And then you get all these. Ooh, I should have put these in with it. Okay, so I'm not going to add the veg. And I never add the soy sauce. So you get 4 packets with it. You get, this one is the sesame oil one. And I had cooked some turkey. It was in my bowl before. And then you get this hot pepper flakes. And I don't add all the hot pepper flakes because it hurts my stomach. I have added them before because I do like it spicy and I do try to get the pepper flakes all mixed up in there, but I'm not going to today. So the first thing you do is you add your, tahini, and it's got a little chili oil in it too. So even if you were to do it like this, I don't know, it may or may not come out a bit spicy. Oh, I should have mixed this one up a bit too. My sesame oil is not. So this one is the Asian red oil noodle skins. They're called noodle skins. And I love them. Okay. And then my hot pepper oil. And then, like I said, I made some turkey. And it's on the bottom. So when I stir it all up, they'll get mixed in really well. Come on. I didn't make a big enough hole. Now my oil is getting stuck because I blocked the hole with the peppers. Okay. Well, that should be good enough. And I usually get my meat off there. I usually add extra. So they have the vegetables and things that go along with Asian noodles that you can buy, just like the veg, and it has like fish cakes in it and different things, and I love that as well. So a lot of times I'll get that online. Again, I should buy it at the Asian. We do have an Asian market here. Darn it. Maybe I should have put this in a deep bowl instead of in a tiny little this thing. It's not mixing very well. Not that it needs a ton of mixing, but these noodles are so good. So they're really wide, which I love. I love a big fat noodle. That sounded disgusting. Okay, anyway. Tonight I have a couple things on my mind. And I haven't actually filmed for almost a week because I have a couple things on my mind. And I want to discuss it and talk about it and, I don't know, work through it maybe a little bit. But a couple of housekeeping things before we do that. First I'll set this off to the side. Wait, quick pause. No, I don't want to pause. Okay. I get this at Costco and I love it. I love it, love it. It is honey, citron, and ginger tea. So this great big jar of what looks like jelly, which is funny, is it is like ground orange, peel, ginger extract, honey, and it's super good. But once you open it, see, I haven't even opened it yet, you have to put it in the fridge. I have had it, it doesn't necessarily go bad because of the citric acid, but because of, I don't know what, it does like to grow mold. So, I don't know, maybe that's where I'm at. And I've only ever bought it like in the spring and summer. So, I'm not going to say that that's always the case, but as soon as I open it, I just put it in the fridge. And try to get through it that way. I have some tea, but I put some pineapple juice in it, so it's looking a little cloudy, but it's super good. I felt myself getting a little sick, so I'm super glad that I got this. I actually didn't buy this one. My son was going to Costco one night, and I was like, hey, can you pick me up some of that tea? So, second thing, while we're on the topic of reviewing or looking at things that I have, I got to work the other day, and there were the wine bags, the gift bags, sitting on my desk. And I asked my office mate, like, what is this? And she was like, I don't know, I didn't buy it. So I opened it, and the first thing I took out of the first bag was this Orange Sunshine premium orange wine from the Naples Winery. So I've never had orange wine, and I was like, okay. Tastes like oranges, made from 100% oranges. And so yeah, so this is interesting. But then I get to the second bag, and I was like, well, what could this possibly be? This was very interesting to me. It's Orange Cream Extreme. It's a wine slushy mix, and it's made to go with that bottle of wine that I had. And it says, now you can create the taste of old style dreamsicles or creamsicles at home and impress your guests. So I guess one day I will be making alcoholic creamsicle beverages. I just don't know when. And I will put it down here, and it's funny because I like citrusy things. Like I have this bottle of 21 Seeds Valencia Orange Tequila infused, or it's tequila infused with Valencia oranges. And I mean, it's a little bit older. And then I also have, so neither one of these are wine, some limoncello. And and it's dusty, oh my goodness, it's been a while. I like citrus drinks. My concern about the orange sickle drinks is, you don't want to drink too much sweet stuff. Because that's, if you imbibe more than you should, it will make you throw up. Okay, let's try this. So, I also buy a rice noodle. Those are really good. And even though I didn't get much of the oil in there, they have some good heat. So, that makes me happy. I should do this like an Italian and get myself a spoon so that I can roll them all up on it. I usually don't roll them all the way up. I usually just like slurp them. I figured I would be a little bit more civilized. Oh, those are so good. So spicy though. And I do like them spicy. It's just something about adding all of that oil. And maybe it's because of the pepper flakes in it. I don't know. But I have this funny thing with my kids. And I went through it a long time ago. My daughter and I were just talking about it the other day. And I would be eating something, anything. Like it could be roast, whatever. It was never roast. But like turkey, different things. And I would say, you know what would be really good on this? Red pepper flakes. I don't know why. I was never really a super spicy girl, but I would just be eating something and think, oh my gosh, this would be so good with red pepper flakes. Okay. 1 minute. All right. Thank you for coming to eat dinner with me. I have something on my mind. You know, I did my video driving in my car about my pain. And I'm in pain every day. Every day, it never fails. I don't really get much of a reprieve from it, but my right hip is like almost intolerable. Which is why I reached out and asked, like, does anybody have any recommendations? Now, I went in October and I got sorry, I gotta get my hair out of my way. Got a cortisone shot, which did nothing. It actually hurt more at the injection site after I got the shot. Oh! Maybe I silenced my phone. There we go. Alright. Okay, so I got a cortisone shot. It didn't really help much, which kind of bummed me out. But, you know, I mean, I knew it was at least worth trying. And a lot of people get relief from it, and they can go for months and months, and they can put off, you know, whatever that next step would be for years. I've never had to do anything like that, ever. So, did that, did the follow-up. 6 weeks later, I was supposed to let her know within a week or two, of course. I don't go to the doctors very often, like very rarely. I had to go and have a physical recently because it's been almost 3 years since I've seen my primary, and they were going to drop me as a patient if I didn't go see them. So I did. So, I went this last week, and I met with a surgeon. And there were so many things on my MRI of my hip that arthroscopic surgery is not an option. Because I have advanced osteoarthritis in that hip. So I will be having a total hip replacement on January 29th. And I will kind of film my journey, my recovery. Now my concern comes in a couple of different areas. First of all, when you get your right hip done, they can take longer to release you to drive. I live 40 minutes from my office. That's a lot of money in Ubers. The other thing is, how long will I take off work? Now, you know, it would be nice to think, okay, I'll take off 4 to 6 weeks to recover, and You know, that'll give me time to heal. But I have 58 hours of PTO time. So 4 to 6 weeks is not an option. Like, it's just me. Nobody's going to give me money or do my job for me while I'm gone. And not that I'm the only person in my department, because I'm not. There is another girl, but there's 2 of us because we need 2 of us. So I will be going back to work after 7, maybe close to 8 days off, because I will have 8 days with the new sick time laws by the time that date comes, because I do have some sick time built up too. But the sick time just went into effect in October. So it's not like, oh, she wastes all of her sick time. We've never had that before. It was always just your PTO. So, and I get 80 hours a year. So I wasted a week not knowing that in a few months I would need that week, because I took it the week of my birthday. So I took it the last week in October, which is really frustrating. I wish I had known. But of course, I did not know. It's like the Murphy's Law of my life, you know. The best laid plans never quite work out the way that you want them to. Okay. That's fair. So, I'm really scared because I don't know how it's going to be. I'm a nurse. I've rehabbed people who have had this surgery. It is an outpatient situation, but like today, I put the dogs out and they have to be on chains. So, you know, I have the chains that come all the way up, but I put them on their chain, and Jack's chain, the way he ran out around me, because I kind of block him into the house. Kitten wants out. 1 minute. I'm going to let Kitten out. Okay, I'm back. Not that you had to spend any time waiting for me. I think that's ridiculous when YouTubers are doing their stuff and they don't cut out the part where they get up and leave. Like, they just block their camera or they do whatever, and then you're just sitting there waiting. Like you're on hold on a telephone, right? Anyway. What was I saying? Oh, Jack's chain kind of caught my leg. So I lifted my leg up and it was fine. He ran off the porch and, you know, away he went to do his little business. But what happens when I'm newly post-surgical and that happens? Because, you know, I mean, Sammy and Jack, they kind of do their own thing. And I let them out 5-6 times a day, even when I work. So, and it's a lot more than that when I don't. And I'm not worried about letting them out. Like, that's still whatever. And, you know, I can take it slow and gently. They don't get all, I mean, they get hyper running to the door, but then I'm like, move, and they'll step aside, and I open the door, and I step out onto the porch and then get their chains so that they're not, so I'm not trying to catch them. And they stand really still, and they're good boys, but what do I do when one of them runs the opposite direction around me? I mean, I guess I stand all the way off to one side so they can go straight out, so they don't have to step around me, but it's just different things like that that have me really worried, really concerned about like how the process is going to go. So I scheduled the surgery for a Thursday. so that I could have 11 days off before I have to go back to work. Maybe 12 if I take off that one final day. Hopefully that will be enough. And I'm pretty tough. Like, I'm one of those girls, when I was fixing up my house to move in, you know, I was sledgehammering down cabinets and carrying them out to the shed so I could rent a dumpster and, you know, take them away. Repairing walls. Every single wall in my house had holes in it. I tore up the entire house of carpet and laid new linoleum. And while I would have people to come out and help me, I did all the cutting of all the linoleum around all the edges. I did all of the patching and sanding. I have painted every single wall in my house. Like, I was the girl that was like, tell me I can't do it, because I'm gonna. Putting new windows in the front of my house. I had windows that went all the way to the floor, and it's funny because Sammy's never been super, like, guard doggy. But his only windows that ever went to the floor always faced into his yard, right? Nobody ever came in the yard. Well, these faced out into the street, and every time he would see somebody walking a dog or strangers going by or whatever, he would go nuts. He busted out the bottom window in one of my 3 ceiling to floor windows twice. So when I put in new windows, I reframed and I put much shorter windows in there. So now he just stands up on the windowsill, but he doesn't like lunge at the window. Like, he was like trying to get out. He does still bark. Not near as often because he doesn't see them. They're not in his eye line as he's laying on the floor. But sometimes he'll hear something outside. And he does. He runs to the middle window and he gets up on the windowsill that I built in. And he barks. I'm okay with him barking. He is a dog. What I wasn't okay with him doing was busting out a window constantly. First of all, I was worried I'm going to come home and find this dog injured. The second thing I was worried about is the cost that the initial, like the sum total of windows was going to be before we were all done being super territorial. So, yeah. Okay. So back to my hip. I am going to, I think, create a, a playlist for my journey with my surgery and my recovery. I'm really scared. Like, I had my gallbladder out when I was in nursing school, so 27 years ago. And I had my appendix out in my early 20s. And I had my tonsils out when I was in 3rd grade. That's it. That's it for me in surgeries. I am a well person. I have had seizures. And, you know, that was just something, I don't know, just happened to me in my 20s. And I have always had migraines, like always, since before I'm in middle school. I remember getting these really painful, blinding, you can't function, you can't move, headaches. So I'm used to all that. And it's become part of who I am. And like I said, I don't go run into the doctor. One bottle of my PRN medication, PRN is as needed, of my as needed medication for my migraines, this time lasted me 2 years. I don't take pain medicine, I just take ibuprofen, so that you can buy over the counter, for my hip, for my fibromyalgia, whatever. So I'm really scared, and I'm not sure how to take it, how to deal with it. So I will be coming to you guys. Woo! I just got like a little chunk of chili. And for some reason, when I eat spicy stuff, like I'll be doing fine and, you know, my mouth's a little hot. Oh, look at that noodle. Isn't that lovely? Okay, thank you for eating with me. I'm going to eat this last noodle. That was so good. So good. Ooh, that noodle had all the, like, well, a lot, not all of the spicy tahini on it. Okay. So, playlist for my hip, and I appreciate you guys so much. If you like our talks, hit like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I need to build up my community. I'm gonna need some support. And if you have a story, like if you had your hip done, if you had a total hip replacement, tell me some things that you did to feel better. And also, how long did it take you to get back to things? Let me know what your experience with it is, and let me know how you're doing now. But hit that like button so you can join me again. Next time I want to cook something. I actually have been craving like a turkey burger made like after Thanksgiving Day dinner. So I was planning on seasoning my turkey burger with some rosemary and thyme, cooking it in my Crispy, which is an air fryer made by Ninja, and underneath the tray where you cook, also making some stuffing, and then making a burger with my turkey burger and some stuffing, a little bit of mayo, and of course my favorite, some cranberry sauce. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so hungry for it again, and I just ate, so I don't usually like get hungry, like salivary hungry, and my mouth is watering thinking about this. So that's what we're going to do next, and I want you guys to join me. Like and subscribe. Join my community. Tell me your experiences, maybe if you've had a hip done, or tell me how you get relief if you have chronic pain and you cannot take narcotic medications, because they make me violently ill. Like, talk about making your pain worse. Throwing up repeatedly definitely makes any kind of pain that you have in your body worse. All right, I love you guys. I will see you next time, and thank you so much for joining me.